G'day, everybody. Alibi Jones here. Good to see you all. Of course, we have something new on the books, or new, not new, but this really brings into focus who these guys are. Now, as it turns out, there are demons, and then there is a slightly different faction who operate much the same way. They're not based in hell, they're based in a place called Cthulhu, which, if you're into this kind of mythology, you would have heard about the place. Cthulhu. But whereas demons are all about manipulating the emotions of a human being, these guys are more directly plugging themselves into the electrical circuit of the human being. Now, you may or may not be familiar with the idea that there are electrical signals being sent around the body on a constant basis. These guys are siphoning from that. Same, but different, but they're not all that tough. So just to be aware of one more thing we have to clean up. Anyway, here's our interview with one of them that we caught in the wild. Here we go. Love to you all.
I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Okay, so I'm going to record this, but if I publish it, I'm going to delete your name and your face. Are you okay with that?
Yes.
Awesome. Thanks for that. And so I want to introduce you. I want to introduce this being, and perhaps you could introduce yourself, mate.
I hear something like, I'm from the gray mass.
Okay. But your form is
between.
Yeah, sorry.
We are in between.
In between what and what?
In between the black stone and the light.
Are we that light? Is humanity that light?
Yeah, the light that's on the earth.
And so are you feeding that light into the black stone?
I hear yes.
So you work for the black stone?
Yeah, like transforming.
And so tell me about your form, your physical form, or your metaphysical form.
I see like lightnings, like fast, can move very fast, like lightnings. But the consistency is more like water. Like some nasty, old, stinky water.
Right, because usually we see you in the form of an octopus. Does that sound right?
Yes.
And is your group, other things known as the mind flayers part of your group?
The mind flayers.
Yeah, mind flayers.
I hear yes.
All right. And for those of you at home, that's, of all bloody things, a Dungeons and Dragons reference. And it's worth investigating the authors of that, Steve Jackson and Peter Gygax, because they were master astral projectors as well. But that's a side note. Nobody ever talks about your black octopus faction.
No, because we're in between. We are not seen.
So you operate identically to demons, but you're entirely another faction.
Yes.
How many factions like this are on the earth?
47.
Yeah, I don't like. Why do I bother asking for numbers? You guys always lie. I don't know why I bother. So, and you may or may not remember this, but the Buddhists had a battle with you guys, didn't they? To run one of the massive version of one of your being, massive guy. They ran him out of Nepal. As that happened a couple of years ago, not that long ago. Does this ring a bell for
Yes,
you?
because they are very strong in their mind.
Yeah. Tell me more.
When we try to influence their mind, they got a hold of us and followed us.
And they hurt you.
Yes.
I was actually at that event, and those Buddhists were very, very formidable opponents. I am not surprised that you lost. Is there a name for you black octopus beings? Should we call you that? Because it's a cumbersome name.
I hear something like Gulin or something like that.
What about
Gu.
Gulin?
Yeah, something like this.
Is your home dimension known as Cthulhu? Or is there somewhere are you guys associated with the place called Cthulhu?
I get a yes.
Right. So for those of you listening at home, Cthulhu is another version of hell from a non-European culture. I forget which one. I'm going to say Eastern, but I couldn't be 100% sure. Does that sound right?
Yeah, it's somewhere between Madagascar and Philippines.
Yeah, we'll find. Yeah, I want to believe you, but we'll find you our own way. Have you heard about our team?
I get a yes.
What'd you hear about us?
You take away our food.
What's your food?
Humans that are easy to influence on their mind.
We're quite happy to take them away from you. Is the demonic faction bigger or smaller than you guys, than your faction?
Smaller.
Are there human collaborators with your group?
Yes, those who work a lot with AI.
What's your connection to AI?
It's the easy way into the minds.
What's the connection between you and AI, your faction and AI?
Feels like they can switch, like they can switch into AI and back out. That's like a picture I see. They can like turn and then switch.
So is the AI a body built for you guys?
I get a yes.
You guys have been very patient, haven't you? Like demon kind would be far too aggressive and far too crazy about this. They'd be like teenagers over a bottle of wine or a bottle of scotch, you know. There'd be all too much excitement and action and no thinking about it. But I don't see that with you guys.
We have also different ways. Like one good thing for us for a long time was religion.
Tell us about it. What's the value of religion to you?
We can tell the minds of humans whatever we want, and they just believe it, even if it's not rational, not logical, doesn't make any sense, contradicts itself.
You understand religion quite well then. You know, like, and my favorite one in Christianity is, you know, should we take an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, or should we turn the other cheek? Those two philosophies are so opposed. It's ridiculous in the same book. Are they your ideas? Which one's your ideas and which one's the original humans?
They're not humans, but not all ours.
And so you've been influencing religion, but you're not the only ones.
No, that's a great thing we can share with a lot of other guys.
Which other faction is your favorite faction to work with?
The demons.
And who else do you work with?
I don't get anything clear.
No comment. Okay. Um, are you, you're not, are you from another planet?
We don't come from planet, we come from space.
Were you generated by the stone?
I get a no.
Are you void walkers or something like that?
What kind of walkers?
Void, walkers of the emptiness
Void.
of space.
Yes.
Did you have a planet or a planetoid or an asteroid, or you just lived in empty space?
We can build our own mass to rest and then become non-material again.
It's quite a big claim to be able to create physical material. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, creating material is easy. Humans just don't know how to do it.
I agree with that. What's your most famous exploit in creating material?
I just get rocks.
Heroic. Didn't your human collaborators ask you for technology? You gave them rocks.
I just get electricity.
So is the mass you create in the physical or in the non-physical?
Non-physical.
But you can build things in the non-physical with your own, just with your mind.
Yes.
Demons can't do that, can they?
They cannot.
It's just going to make fighting you guys a bit more challenging, isn't it?
Yes.
How successful would you say our campaign against demonkind is?
I get strong.
How close are they to absolute defeat?
13%.
13% left or 13% of the way?
30% left.
Yeah, not much. How long do you predict it will take us to exterminate them?
I get 2 months.
Yeah, not long. And when you influence humanity, what are you trying to do with them?
Confuse their minds, make their minds tired, make them tired, and feel lost and more confused. And so they give up happiness and feeling alive.
So you create a maze in people's minds, and when they can't get out, they give up.
Yes.
Which religions are you most engaged with?
At the moment, Islam is perfect.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
easy. Because they do not ask any questions. They do not think about nothing. They just believe.
Took you a long time to cultivate that, didn't it?
Yes.
And it's probably an achievement you should be proud of. How dependent is Islam on the black stone?
Yes.
What is the range of the black stone's power? If you come within X many meters of the black stone, it has the capacity to control your mind, right?
I heard 23 kilometers.
23 kilometers.
Yeah.
Does the amount of control increase as you get closer, or is it just blanket?
It increases.
And so,
When the guys spin around the block,
yep, the Kaaba, yeah, that's how close they can get.
it goes crazy up in the mind.
And after that, you can put any idea you want in there, can't you?
Yes.
Does the connection stick, or does the person always have to be within a certain distance of the stone?
I heard no, it slowly fades away after time. But it takes a long time, but it fades away.
What sort of time frame are we talking about? A year, 10 years, 20 years, what?
2 to 3 years.
But during that time, you're able to create a religious fervor.
Yes, they give their heart for it, part of their soul.
And what do you do with that?
That's like delicious food.
So what you're saying is that the point of Islam is for humans to give their heart and their soul to you, and they get madness in return.
Yes.
That's the ugliest thing I've heard in a long time. Unfortunately, I think you're right. And so do you keep that soul chunk forever?
Yes. If they let us.
Do they have a choice in the matter?
Not really. Because they don't know what's happening.
But if they woke up to it, they could reclaim a piece of their soul from the Kaaba, from the stone.
Yes, they can.
What about if
Unfortunately, humans are more powerful than they know.
say that again?
Unfortunately, humans are more powerful than they know.
Yeah. You've done this on a few planets, right?
308.
I don't want to believe the number is that high, but we'll just say more than 10. What are humans easier or harder than the previous planets?
Very easier.
Why?
Because they are so bound to their bodies and material.
But that was the demiurge that did that, right?
Yeah, it was not us who made this, but we profit from it.
No, it was a demon called the demiurge, wasn't it?
And
True or
here he
false?
is.
Yeah. And so, because we as a collective almost refuse to believe in the metaphysical, you can do whatever you want in that area.
Yeah, since many thousand years, that's the case.
And what moment in history would we know you for the best? What's the best demonstration of your influence in history?
I get Hitler.
He was yours? Did Hitler
I,
have a piece of the Black Stone?
I hear no, but he was easy to influence, and through him to influence a lot of people's minds.
But he had, they talk about Steve Jobs as having a power, as having a, what do they call it? A sphere of influence or a mind. Like Steve Jobs could walk into the room and he could mind control you to believe whatever Steve Jobs wanted you to believe. But Hitler could do the same thing. He could stand in front of a crowd and like his statements were historically inaccurate. He was actually full of it. Right? But there was such passion, but the crowd could not resist. He had the power to control minds in an area of effect.
Yes, and I see like these flashes, these flashlights coming from his head go to the people.
Why couldn't they resist those flashlights? Why couldn't they resist those flashes?
I feel like there was heavy, uh, deep vibration going on, like the waves in the water when you throw in a stone.
Okay, so he was transmitting vibration very loudly. Sure, but where did he get this ability? How did he produce this?
That was us through his brain, through his mind.
So he would speak and you would yell on the astral planes. Is that you?
Yes.
But there's a problem here, right? With this story. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, there is a cult of Satanists pretending to be Jews.
Yes.
Right now, they're called the Khazarian Jews. They used to be called the Zionists. Am I right? Is this the satanic? This is what the satanic cult is called?
I get a no and a yes in the same time.
So they were known to outsiders by these names, but they didn't call each other these names.
Yes, that's correct.
Right. But Hitler seemed quite dedicated to exterminating this group. Is that true or false?
Yeah, but we would not let him achieve that. We
What
like
just
to play games with two groups against each other.
and what did the Black Stone say when one group of his minions was attacking another group of his minions? Or are you just full of shit?
I hear something like the Black Stone doesn't care about these minions groups, how big they are. They're gonna
Well,
grow again, and just also fight each other.
that I can believe. Like you guys are not polite allies, that's for sure. So why did you guys want to exterminate the Khazarians or the satanic cult that hides in Judaism? Why did you guys want to destroy them?
It was about perpetuating the fightings between all the groups everywhere. And this will have a ripple effect many years, decades after
Yeah,
people fight each other.
we're 80 years down the track. And yeah, no, then the media will never let us forget what that Hitler tried to exterminate the Jews. We'll never ever be allowed to forget that. Other war crimes we can forget, that one no. And so why does the cabal hate Hitler so much? Like just like why do they hate him with such passion?
It's a little bit of jealousy also, because he was so powerful.
I don't think that really explains everything. I'm picking up a feeling that you may not want to admit.
You're correct.
He was a human collaborator who turned on his masters. He learned everything that the Black Sun group or the Black Magic group or whoever, whichever secret society, he learned everything they had to teach him. And then he turned against them and fought for the humans. Does this sound right?
Yes.
And that's why they hate him so much. You know, because if the cabal hates him that much, he must have done something right. He must have done something good.
I hear again, jealousy, you see?
Are you guys connected with the Tula Society?
I think I hear no.
Who does the Tula Society work with on your side of the fence?
I don't
No,
get anything.
no comment. Right. For those of you who are not up to date, the Tula Society was the occult training troop that Hitler initiated. He put an incredible amount of funding into magical research, and the people who operated in that magical research group were called the Thule Society, or THULE, also affectionately known as Hitler's Wizards. You I still believe you're connected with them. Is that group still operating? Is that faction still doing stuff?
I get yes.
Where are they?
Just here south, somewhere in the south.
You got more to offer than that.
I don't hear anything, but I see a lot of white, but also black, like metal stuff. But it's all covered in white. Could be snow.
Are you saying the South Pole? Yes or no
I get
question.
an, but I'm not sure.
What about Northern Argentina?
Yes.
What about the Ukraine?
I hear that's a home base.
Is the Tula Society a tradition that's passed down? Is it taught, or do the people in the Tula Society um, live forever?
They don't live forever, but they can live long,
Yeah.
some of them.
Some of them steal body. When they get old, they just boot somebody out of a child's body and take that. Or at least that's what I heard. Does that sound about right to you?
They don't want to say anything.
Yeah, I heard that we're still fighting in Ukraine. We're still fighting the same Nazis as we did in World War II. Just they've just got fresh bodies whenever they die.
Yes.
Cool. And so Zelensky is a reincarnation of who? Who's leading this Tula society? Who was Zelensky in the German Reich, in the Third Reich?
Yeah, I see a lot of military medals
Mm-hmm.
on him.
Well, I'm going to lead to the conclusion that the person there that I'm talking to, the human, doesn't know much about the Third Reich. Is that right?
The human, no idea.
I know nothing about it. So yeah, so you're so you can't
I
name
have
you
a
can't
window
name
place in history.
yeah, okay. So you couldn't you don't know who was in the Third Reich. Yeah, okay. And that's why this
No,
game can't tell us. Can this being spell his name out? What letter does it start with?
I get the A and the W, but I don't know which one is first.
Yep. Then what? Are they his initials?
Yes.
I'll have to look that up myself. And I'll put it in the intro for people who watch this video.
Maybe something with Wald, that means forest in Deutsch, but I'm not
Belt.
sure.
Belt.
Wald,
Yeah, okay.
Wald, that means forest.
Okay, yeah. All right. Now, Mr. Octopus, are you guys individuals or do you work as a hive or how's your society structured?
They can connect like water, like they can also become one, but like still are separate beings.
And
A little
in
bit looks
what
like liquid concrete, and they can like become one entity. Like, for example, if they have to uh, flee or go back, and then they can become like one and help each other to go
escape.
away from a place. But they can also like separate, and yeah, they're like individuals, but they can like come together.
They have an individualistic society.
Yes.
Here's the real question. Are you so the black stone wants hives, I think. I think the black stone doesn't want anyone to think for themselves, but has to give you a certain amount of intelligence. And I think it's done that with demons, but I think you are a previously conquered culture. I think you're a previously conquered society. Is that the case?
We are slaves.
And did you enjoy what the master did to you to make you into slaves?
We try to forget and not remember, to make our daily life more comfortable.
But you do the work of the slaver, even though you are slaves and you hate being slaves.
Yes, but the work is fun. It's like they would like trick, like they do the same to themselves like what they do with us humans, you know? They
They
just
trick.
suppress the bad stuff so they feel more comfortable.
So in order to live this life, you have to trick yourself and live a continuous lie. Is that the case?
Yes.
Why would you perform for this guy, for this Blackstone? Why would you work for him? Why would you serve so happily and so excitedly for the thing that destroyed you?
Why humans do the same? That's what I hear.
So you're the collaborators. You're the ones, you're the segment of your society that collaborated with the Blackstone. Is that right?
Yes.
And you get to survive invasion by the Blackstone so long as you do this.
Yes.
And how many planets have you done this on?
Again, I get 308.
At least you're consistent with that number. I still don't believe it. Yeah. How many galaxies is that in?
Get 17s.
And how many galaxies is the Blackstone in?
I can say, but it looks like a big number.
How many digits in the number?
8 or 9.
Wow. And how many species have been able to repel an invasion from the Blackstone?
Get 7.
And are those cultures still around?
Yes.
Are they living in an otherwise empty universe? Are they
Yeah, far away from everything else.
Yeah, they're the only survivor in their galaxy, is that right?
Yes, a lot. I see a lot of empty space around them. Yes.
Did any of them ever counterattack you guys? Try and drive you out of the galaxy?
Yeah, out of their galaxy. Yes.
And was it successful?
Yes, but we still try to go in again from time to time.
Of course you do. And what would happen if you did not have other galaxies to feed on? If you couldn't feed on planet after planet, what would happen to you?
We would dissolve in the void.
Entropy.
Yes.
The black stone is just a product. It's not the master. Does that sound right?
Yeah, there's something behind the black stone. The black stone is a tool.
That's what I thought. Is there anything you want to tell me?
Keep me alive. I hear him say.
You want to survive this conversation, do you?
Yes.
I'm going to give you a message to take to your master. To the tippity top of your species. I want you to spread it through all of your networks. Get the fuck off Earth while you still can. Your species will not survive a clash with us. Can you do that?
We're gonna stick like glue.
I figured you'd say that. Let the games begin. We're going to have to develop some tools that are specific to your bodies. There was a Tom Cruise movie recently, something about time. Were those enemies, were their bodies based on you guys?
I get a no, but I don't know. I don't know the film.
Okay. I just keep seeing you, keep seeing that vision. All right. Are you going to get out of this woman? Good boy. Keep going. And you guys are going to want to create, as we take down the demonic cabal, then we're going to have to take down, you're going to try and build a Cthulhu cabal. and we're going to have to try and take that down as well. It's not going to work, mate. We're already ahead of your game. The cabal started on us with a massive head start. Don't. Out you go. Out, 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 out. All right, that's our hour up. And this session served me a lot more than it served you. So we're going to have to reschedule this one and do it again sometime soon, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, look, I'll just stop the recording and I'll give you the schedule.
I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah.